So I've been really excited about sharing this video with you guys, and I actually debated about whether or not I was actually going to do it because I actually bought this car about 3 months ago in the beginning. A boat. Apparently I don't even know what that would be.
Canadian?
This is my Canadian side. So basically I bought this car back in March, and I was actually debating on whether or not I actually wanted to do a video with the car because I didn't want to be one of those guys who buys a cool car, puts it up on YouTube, and just tries to flex with it. So my goal was never to flex with this car at all. And so after thinking about it for a couple of months, I said, okay, there's obviously a tasteful way for me to, reveal this vehicle and share it with my audience. And so I bought this back in March. I've been driving it for a couple of months, and I will let you guys know exactly what upgrades I have done on it. But yeah, I'm excited to show you guys the car. So without further ado, let's take a look at it. So, when you're buying a car, the number one thing that you have to consider is, the utility value of a car. And while this may not look like much, it really does offer you a lot in terms of, having all-wheel drive. They sell things you can have out the back end, that way you can go camping in CRVs. And when you're looking at buying a car, buying a brand new car is really expensive, and the car is going to depreciate. So by buying a car that is 20 years old, you've gotten rid of all of that depreciation at that point. And so I was able to pick this up for about $3,000. I've been saving up for a very long time. It is a 1999 Honda CRV. So I was told by the previous owner that it used to have, one of those bug deflectors on the hood, but after he hit a deer with this car and dented this front part of the trim here, the bug deflector also came off as well. As far as the actual car goes, it's in decent shape. Obviously, you got a little bit of rust here, which is you're going to expect, looking at a 20-year-old vehicle. You got a little bit of Bondo here in the back portion here, where the gas spills. That's where you're always going to see rust with these cars. But overall, pretty solid vehicle, and definitely what I would call a good investment.
What's the engine look like? Oh,
the engine itself, yeah. No, this thing is solid. I'll show you guys right now. As far as this car goes, I asked him what the 0 to 60 was, and the thing is, it doesn't even do 60 miles per hour, so that's not going to be a problem. As far as the engine goes, you got your basic Hemi V12 here. You got a battery here, as well as some cylinders, and yeah, what more do you need as far as an engine goes? It's all right here for you. All right, so now you guys have seen the car. It's time for the moment of truth. We are going to take this baby for a test drive so I can show you exactly what we have going on here. So we'll go ahead and start this baby up here. 220,000 miles on this car, but that's the one thing about the Honda CR-V is these things will go on the original transmission for like up to 350,000 miles. So I'm hoping to get another, 130,000 miles out of this car. I'm gonna sell it at about 300,000 before it really, depreciates again. So I'll drive it for the next 80,000 miles and hopefully have to put, very little maintenance into the car. Now, as far as the reason why I bought this car, so my other car is a Chevy, and that car obviously is not too good in the snow. This one has, symmetrical four-wheel drive, I believe, or some form of four-wheel drive, and you can drive this thing up a mountain. You could drive it in the snow, and you're just not going to have that issue with it. And I don't want to load the miles up on my other car either, so I think I'll go back and forth between, driving the CR-V and also driving my Chevy.
So what did we say this was?
To be honest with you, I have no idea. I think it's telling you the RPM, but it's doing something weird.
And why does it beep?
I have
like
no idea. I think it's telling you to shift, but it's automatic. All right, guys, so obviously now you see that I have a different car behind me, and that in fact is not my new car. Shout out to my brother for letting me borrow his car for the day. And actually, oddly enough, that was my car for like 4 years before I gave it to him. So a lot of history with that car. But yeah, the car that I'm going to be revealing to you guys is a totally different car. And so, yeah, I might as well just uncover it now and show you guys what I ended up buying. Before I do that though, I'm gonna pause the video, or I want you to pause right now. Drop me a comment down below. Don't look at the comments. What do you think is underneath this cover? Probably a lot of the car guys are gonna know. And it's also kind of a stereotypical YouTuber car, but nonetheless, I'll go ahead and show you guys what we got here. Alright guys, so as you can see, what I have in front of me here is none other than the Honda Civic. Obviously not, it is a Nissan GTR. I know it is the stereotypical influencer car, but literally when you look at cars and you're looking at them price performance wise, there's nothing out there that's a better price performance wise than the Nissan GTR. This is a 2009 Nissan GTR Premium. I ended up buying it, like I said, back in March, and it only has 31,000 miles on it. So even though it is a little bit older, it does have, you know, not a ton of miles on it, which is one of the things I was looking for. As far as the car itself goes, it's in pretty decent shape. The only thing that I've done to it so far is I've had a full ceramic coating done on the car just because I live in New York and there's a lot of hazards on the road and salt and whatnot. Obviously not going to drive it during the winter, but just in case, you know, I wanted to have that coating in place, and I do need to get it washed, so it's looking a little rough right now. I had the rims redone back to the factory color just because they were a little bit beat up. And other than that, the car is honestly completely stock except for the work that was done previously, which I will pop the hood and I will show you guys that right now. Okay, so obviously guys, as you can see from earlier, I'm not a car guy, even though I was joking, but don't know a ton about what's going on under here, but there is a little bit of aftermarket work that has been done to the car. It does have the aftermarket air intake, and there are 2 air intakes on this car, and it has aftermarket blow-off valves. And the exhaust as well is aftermarket. It's all part of one kit. Other than that, this car is bone stock. With those upgrades, it's probably in the neighborhood of about 500 horsepower. I did take it to a racing shop. I didn't have them do a dyno. I just had them do a once over on the car and give me an opinion. And they said it probably is in the range of about 500 horsepower, meaning this car tops out in the neighborhood of about 190 to 200 miles per hour. So don't plan on going that fast myself, but it is cool that the car will go there. And so yeah, this is the car, and let's go ahead and take a ride now.
How fast have you gone?
I'm not going to share that. Nice job.
Thanks.
All right, so what I want to do for you guys is I want to do a...
Go real fast.
No. So I know you guys are probably curious, why would somebody in my position who talks about being financially responsible go out and buy, you know, an entry-level supercar? And I know what you may be thinking, and I'm going to answer that in a follow-up video. All that I ask is I want you guys to do a like challenge for me. I rarely ever do these, but if this video can get 5,000 likes, I will do a follow-up video revealing exactly how much I paid for this car, down to the number. I will literally screenshot, you know, my bill of sale and my receipt, show you exactly what I paid, and we can talk about whether or not this is a good investment or a bad investment. So if you haven't already, scroll down and drop a like. Let's try to get 5,000 on this video, and I will do that follow-up for you. But for now, it's time to go ahead and take a spin.
Watch you get pulled over, and this is the first time ever.
That would be so funny. I know I haven't been pulled over yet. They're like, why are you recording your car in a parking lot?
How many likes does this video need to get to let me drive it?
100,000 and my girlfriend gets to drive the car. If we can get to 100,000 likes, I will record a video of my 4'8" girlfriend driving my Nissan GTR, because I don't even think you could honestly reach the pedals. So I just want to throw this out there, guys, too, because obviously the beginning of this video was meant to be funny, but the truth is, literally, you know, about three and a half years ago, that was the car that I drove, that old Honda CR-V, and it actually is one hell of a reliable vehicle. I mean, that part wasn't made up, but you know, I went from a position where I was driving that beat up old SUV to driving the car of my dreams in, you know, a course of about 3 years. And so the moral behind that is I just want you to know that literally, you know, anything is possible, and it really doesn't take that much time at all. I mean, 3 years is a little bit of time, but in the grand scheme of things, it's really not. So if you guys do want to learn about how I was able to make this possible for myself, it was primarily through something called affiliate marketing. Now, those of you who have watched my channel already, you probably know what that is, but videos like this usually get views from all kinds of different people. So if you've never heard of affiliate marketing before, or you're just curious what it is that I'm doing to be able to buy a car like this, the top link in the description below is a completely free training I've put on about affiliate marketing, showing you my exact business model, and more importantly, how you can start doing the same exact thing in a relatively short period of time. Now, I'm not saying driving a GTR in a short period of time, but being able to make some income online through affiliate marketing is not difficult, and it's very possible. But anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. Let's see if we can hit 5,000 likes, and I will do a whole video about the car and the numbers, breaking it down for you and showing you exactly what I paid. So I'm sure we can get it done. Do your part and drop a like, and I will see you in the next video.
Can we get 100,000 for me? Like, that would be great.
Even if we get 100,000, my girlfriend is going to drive the car. So yeah, I swear I will do that if we can get 100K on this video.